What's up? What's up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Rob the Barbarian. Rob, remind me, where you from again? How old are you? I don't remember. Like Midwest or some shit, right? What's up? What's up? Philly. Philly, damn. So I apologize for all the Philly slander, but it's not my favorite place. People from Philly are cool though. I will say that. The people are cool, actually. I don't think I've ever met anybody from Philly that I don't like. Just the place itself. You're not a hater if you only speak the facts. And that's not true. You can be a hater while speaking the facts. It's about the delivery, not what you say, right? Good morning, Kalia. There's another Philly right there. Damn, maybe Rob and Kalia are exes. Who knows? Who else at work? I'm kind of at work right now. Dissing me? I didn't see that, but okay. What'd you do? What'd you do? Let's see. I'm gonna go to Discord right now. CJ Rich. How did he diss me? No, I didn't see that. But let me see. Everyone. I'm live now. There we go. I just did it on the Discord. You know who yesterday when I was on TBV, Mikhail was in there, and he wrote a couple of things that looked like he was shitting on me. And I'm like, I was kind of like, why would he shit on me? I don't know. Maybe he was talking to somebody else. You know how it is. You don't understand tone over, when people write shit, so you don't know how we meant it, but it seemed that way, and I was kind of surprised. Like, why the fuck would Mikhail shit on me? Your boyfriend or best friend? Well, BFF is best friend forever, right? So, or it could be boyfriend for real. Can we do a weekly boxing roundup? What would that entail exactly? I said that Saltines football jersey was yours, then you switched to boxing. That Saltines football jersey was yours? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Saltines. Hey, Mark, what happened? Ness's network crashed, he told me. So that's what happened. He said there was a network crash in his area. What up, D-Wayne? Nah, I ain't shit this weekend. That's why we got to just roll with it. Yeah, no problem, Lewis. So you can rock out here for now. He might go back on. He might not. Who knows? Army Mike, where the fuck you been at? I'm telling you, man, this summer I have lost a lot of my regulars. Understandable. It's nice out. People do shit, but a lot. Like Mike. I totally forgot about Mike. He's back. What's you working on? I'm working on a bunch of shit. I mean, Regis will win, but are we going to really care? Jojo Diaz, probably, but here's the question, Lewis. Are you really going to care? Be honest. This isn't like other channels where I'm going to try and shame you for, oh, you're not a hardcore. Be honest. Are you really going to care about those fights? Be honest. Like, if you can go see a movie with your lady, your wife, whatever, maybe if you're a young dude, which it looks like you are, get some ass, whatever. Wouldn't you rather do that, or would you rather see these fights? Be honest. Time machine matchups? Oh, there's a lot of, who's good at those? Yayan's actually pretty good at those, even though he doesn't even know half the fighters. E-Rock invited me out to smash some Lane Bryant customers this Saturday. I'm gonna go see Superman with my son. Regis win all the challenges. You might tune in. Might. You hear that? Might. I'm here a lot, just occupied with the kids until. Well, I'm glad you're here, and I get it with the kids. You got young kids, because I got kids now, but some time to watch this week. They're not big names, but sometimes they put on right. But again, are you really gonna care? E92, what's up? E92, you like borderline troll me. I've realized, like borderline. And this is an instance where tone, right? Not two-tone, but the tone. If I heard you saying it, I'm like, oh, he's a troll. Or if I heard you saying it, oh, he's just playing around. It's hard to tell. I think you're just playing around, but who the fuck knows anymore? Who the fuck knows? Nah, I need to not focus on comedy. I'm done with comedy. I need to move on. Hater of the Year. Yeah, you definitely get the Hater of the Year award, for sure. For sure. But you have been on point with some shit, like calling out Alberto and what you said about Mill City. You have been on point with some shit. Yeah, right? See, he's almost about to be timed out with some of the shit he says, but he doesn't get timed out. He teeters very adroitly on that fine line. It's like a Ringling Brothers tightrope walker on that crossing the line. He manages to just stay on it perfectly. Nah, Ness said that his network crashed. So Marco's funny, has great Pyro drive-by references. Yeah, well, and we don't even have that shit in New York City, but I know that's how they get down, man. I saw Boys in the Hood. I saw Ricky get shot. We know how Ricky got his. So, them drive-bys. We never even were big with carjacking in New York either. I know that was big in Jersey, of course, California. But we never, it happened out here, but it wasn't. Ringling Brothers is still the shit. The question is, why don't I have more people in here? I know Ness isn't live. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This fucking.
My boy Marco, the hamburger, the Hell's Kitchen Strangler was good, brother.
This fucking guy. What are you doing? You working?
Working, man. Yeah, I get out at 3 o'clock.
Okay. You got some time?
Let me mute my mic for a second, because there's a lot of noise. Give me 1 second, Marco. Go ahead, cook.
Yeah, I got you. Get Caesar on, Marco. That dude is always starting shit. He's funny. Never forget.
Who's funny?
Caesar.
I like Caesar, man. I like when he's on the show.
You like because he's on this Boricua shit.
Yeah, he's a real Puerto Rican, but we tribal. We gotta look out for our people, man.
I suppose.
I was talking to Ness about that because I called in. He was asking me about Xander and Boots, and because I was telling him that in Philadelphia, right, even though Philly's tribal, but when it comes to the Puerto Ricans will turn against the Philadelphians when it comes to a Puerto Rican from Puerto Rico.
Well, what I liked about Caesar is before we got cut off, I was like, yo, you think Xander could beat these top guys? And he was kind of honest. He was like, competitive. And he was honest. So I like that. So I don't think he's as biased as people think, because otherwise he would have been like, nah, Xander beats them all. Acism, whatchamacallit, unanimous decision. But he didn't say any of that. He was kind of honest. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, man. I agree with that. Xander's in a tough division. He got good fundamentals, but he doesn't have the it factor. He doesn't have the big power. He doesn't have the super fast quickies. I don't see Xander beating the Jaron Ennis. I don't think Xander beats Fundura. Maybe he might be able to box him, maybe, but he's in a tough division, man. If he proves me wrong and beat some of these guys as the underdog, then that's greatness right there. But as of right now, I don't really see Xander as a special fighter, bro. When I seen Cotto with just 3 fights, I already knew he was gonna be special. I don't see that with Xander.
Right. Broadway Joel jumps out the window. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys jump out the window for certain fighters. But, I'd do that shit for Roy. That's about it. But see, his career is already done. Like, how do you jump out the window for somebody when they're not, the career's not even done yet? They might come and embarrass you or themselves. You gotta
Yeah,
wait.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta just wait and see. What's up, Lightning? What's up? What's up? Low nose. What's up? Yeah. What yards you at again? I always forget.
Huh, I'm at Hudson Yards. I work
Hudson
at
Yards.
Hudson Yards.
What is it? Where is that again?
That's on it's on the west side of Manhattan. It's on 33rd Street, 10th Avenue. It's a big mall. You know what I'm saying? They got the Vestal over there. They got the Peak. This is a good place you can take your wife to.
And
You
what
know,
do you
you
do?
got 100.
And what do you do there?
Today I'm just giving guys breaks, but my post is vendor access. What I do is I deal with the construction workers. Whenever they come into the facility to do work, I have to make sure that they actually scheduled to work in the building. And if they are, I let them in. If they're not, I gotta let them know that they can't come in until they get their stuff together.
Is that a union job?
Yeah, I'm in the union.
You might need to get me a job. Once
32 BJ.
you might need to hook me up. I might have to change career paths.
Yeah,
Fuck this.
you just gotta get a security license. You know what I'm saying? And a
You're like
fire guard
security?
license.
You're like security?
Yeah, yeah, it's like security, but you need the security license and you need a fire guard as well.
Okay. Okay. All right. Xander could be our Wilfredo Benitez. I
No,
feel like Wilfredo's a little, you're probably not going to like this, but a little overrated. Like, yeah, he won at 17. But other than that, like, what did he do spectacular?
it's funny because I was talking to somebody about that. The thing with Benitez was that he was a little inconsistent as far as his performances because he wasn't living a clean boxing life. He was partying a lot, but the guy had incredible skills, and we can't say what he did because for his first, let this guy pass by first. For his first world title win at 17, he defeated a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest junior welterweights of all time, Antonio Cervantes of Colombia. He became a three-division champion by the time he was 22 years old. He also beat Roberto Duran. He also beat Carlos Palomino. So,
He
I
beat
mean,
Duran?
huh?
He beat Duran? How old was Duran?
He, he beat Duran like maybe 2 or 3 fights after the No Mas fight. Duran was a little bit on the downslide, but he still beat Duran. He still gets credit because Duran was able to turn it around after that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
for
he beat
sure.
Duran.
For sure.
He the only reason why he wasn't considered one of the kings is because he didn't fight Hagler. But he fought Duran. He lost to Tommy in a very close fight, and the only one to stop him in his prime was Ray Leonard. So Benitez was special.
Okay.
He
You
was
know what?
definitely
You
special.
got the argument for that. All right, here we go. This one's you. CJ, I'm cooking up a diss track for Low. That Tank Butterbean comparison is a bigger sin than Eve biting the apple. He hurt all of humanity with that one. Will you compare Tank and Butterbean?
Yeah, what I mean by that, Javante Davis he's an attraction fighter. He's not a legacy fighter. That's why you can't put a guy like that on a pound for pound list because he has so much talent, but he's not willing to fight any of his contemporaries. So you might as well put him in there with Butterbean Elsh and
Mm.
Jake Paul and those guys.
So
Absolutely.
I get what you mean, but come on, Butterbean just did 4 rounds. Like that's a whole different level of attraction, don't you think?
You know I'm just trolling, Marco. I just
Okay,
wanted to hit a nerve real quick.
you did, you did, yeah. Nah, Butterbean, but Butterbean could fight. That's the thing. He could fight. He really could. Like he went 10 with Larry Holmes. He lost, but he didn't get tired. Like he showed that he's a real boxer. Like he was just way too heavy. That was his problem. Like way too heavy. Motherfucker was like 340. He should have probably been fighting at about 240 tops. Like he was 100 pounds overweight, easy. But but you remember, right, Low? He was knocking dudes the fuck out on these Mike Tyson undercards.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he was. But
not
Tank Davis is not really Tank Davis is not really. He's just not now. He's not appealing no more. Like there's nothing to talk about.
well.
It's like when I called in.
I hit up Coach Kenny and I'm like, yo, is Tank retiring? And Kenny told me, I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Tank except what you see in social media, which leads me to believe that they're not even talking right now. Not beef, probably, but like that Tank's just not training. Like he's stepped away.
But even when he does come back, it's like, is he gonna fight these guys? Like he's not showing nothing. Like talking about Tank Davis and talking about Errol Spence and those guys. That's not really appealing.
Yeah, well, I mean, is Errol supposed to come back? I saw something on Ness's show, but then it got, the stream got fucked up. Is Errol coming back? Did you hear something like that?
I have no idea, man. Ness was talking about it. I called in, and I talked about something totally different. I changed the whole subject when I called in. I didn't want to call. I didn't want to talk about that. I was talking about Xander and Boots, and then we was talking about something else. Ness had me on the phone for like damn near 7 minutes because I was the first caller. So I was chopping up with him for a little while today.
Yeah, I don't think Xander can fuck with Boots. What about you? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. You think Xander can fuck with Boots?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think so, man.
Which I like that. So you're being pretty unbiased because he's a Puerto Rican fighter.
Listen, I keep it real. Just because you're Puerto Rican don't mean I'm gonna pick you to beat everybody, bro. The only Puerto Rican I was like that with was Trinidad. I really believed in Trinidad, and he proved me right 85, 90% of the times, except for the B-Hop fight, except for the Winky Fight fight, and that's that. Other than that, Trinidad, I lived and died with Trinidad, man. That was my favorite fighter of all time to watch.
So
And there was no fight party like Trinidad party.
What do you think about the legal hand wrap allegations?
It wasn't allegations. It was illegal only in the state of New York. Only in the state of New York. That comes from Nassim Richardson said it himself. The Trinidad hand wrap situation was not the same as the Antonio Margarito hand wrap situation. Antonio Margarito had plastic.
Well, Trinidad never got caught with anything, right?
No, he never got caught. They just Nassim checked his hand wraps. They made him rewrap it because they said it was.
Thank you, Shane. Oh, you just went. I can't hear you, Lo. You literally just went mute. But you're not muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you're back.
What I said was his hand wraps wasn't it was illegal in New York the way it was wrapped, but not everywhere else.
What about it was illegal?
It had extra gauze, I believe.
Gauze
something similar.
Gauze is a
something
soft substance.
Go ahead. Something similar to what Hamza Shiraz hand wraps were, something like that.
What was wrong with Shiraz's hand wraps?
I believe they were saying it was illegal in New York. I believe that's what they said.
Well, they fought in New York, right?
Yeah, but
So
you gotta get caught.
Why didn't he get caught?
I don't know. But I know in New York you gotta use a certain amount of gauze. So that's what it was with Trinidad. And this comes from the guy that busted him, and Akeem Richardson. So all that talk about Trinidad having plaster, that's nonsense. That's bullshit.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, I never. I don't know. What's his face? What's his name? The dude who Trinidad beat for the middleweight belt, Joppy. Joppy, to this day, I talked to him a few years ago. He swears Trinidad's hands were loaded, but a lot of people say shit. There's no proof. I wonder how many people's hands are really loaded. You're muted, by the way, Lohan, if you're talking. But
Muted?
Yeah, now you're back.
All right. What I said was, look at the way Joppy was knocked out. Of course, he was embarrassed. So as soon as that situation came up with B-Hop in Trinidad, he wanted to go on the bandwagon and say that Trinidad cheated against him. Just like Fernando Vargas said the same thing, but Trinidad didn't cheat against none of those guys.
Right.
You know who impresses me, Marco? I've been watching a lot of Brian Norman Jr. lately, and I've been watching how he interviews, how he talks. The dude
Yep.
is only 24 years old, and he talks like a 30-year-old man. He doesn't talk like these young feminine boxers that you can't give him no kind of
He's
advice to
dope.
take it to the heart.
He's dope. I met him and his pops in person at the sparring event. Why didn't you come to that sparring event?
Because I had to host a fight party.
You're whack. But
Um,
yeah, they were cool.
yeah, I spoke to both of them. I was on Mill City. You know Mill City, right?
I do. Yeah.
Mill City had them both on, and I was talking to both of them. I was telling Norman Jr. that he reminds me of Hagler, the way he's straightforward, the way he talks, the way he carries himself with maturity. And
Mm.
I like his fundamentals, his counter left hook. And I'm predicting it right now that not only is he going to knock Devin Haney out, he's going to dominate Devin Haney. He's going to out jab Devin Haney. He's going to cut the
Mm.
ring off, break him down to the body. He's
So
going to be a master.
if he beats Devin Haney, are we done with this Devin Haney talk?
No, we can't. We can't throw Devin Haney away. Why are we going to do that for Devin Haney? That's just one loss on
Not
paper.
away. Not away. Well, arguably 3 losses if he loses. Arguably, right? Loma, Ryan, and then this will be the third, arguably. But
Well, I wouldn't say Loma. The Loma fight was close. I wouldn't say arguably. I mean, people had that fight. In mind you, I'm not even a Devin fan, but I saw that fight at least 3 times. And I had Devin beating Lomachenko by 1 round. I think Lomachenko took his foot off the gas. So, but it's still controversy because there's a lot of people that.
yeah, and then the Ryan thing. Obviously, you can't give him a win because of the drugs, but a lot of people believe that he was just a better, the punch, whatever. So, but if Haney loses to Brian Norman, is Haney now not thrown away, but no longer in the talks for being one of the best fighters pound for pound?
If Devin loses to Brian Norman, depending on how he loses, I would say that he would have to rebuild. Get some tune-up. Build himself up. Now, I'm not going to say he's over with because we've seen this before in boxing. It would just be an opportunity for him to try to put himself in the category of fighters that were able to bounce back from bad losses. But as far as the pound for pound list, he's not on the pound for pound list right now. Period.
No, he's not. But I wonder if driving to Philly, I wonder if or does a win just elevate Brian Norman? Or you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to.
What I will say for Devin is this: if Devin loses to Brian Norman the way I envision him losing, it does kill the Devin versus Teo fight. It does kill it because how do you go against that? If Brian Norman destroys him, right? And let's say they try to offer a Devin fight for Teo, why would Teo take a fight with somebody like that just took a brutal loss? Because now you got to compete with that performance. You feel what I'm saying? The only way Teo Devin will be relevant again, assuming Devin loses, Teo would have to lose as well. So it could be like a crossroads fight between 2 guys trying to bounce back. But if Teo continues to win and Devin loses this fight, then why fight somebody that just took a loss? It's like when people tell me Teo should fight Ryan Garcia. I say no, because Ryan right now is at the bottom of the barrel. So if Teo fights Ryan, he's going to fight down to his level. And that could be bad because Ryan Garcia can punch like a mule. But if Ryan was coming off of the win over Devin, that wasn't considered a win. And if Ryan would have knocked out Rolly, then I would say yes, because we would see the best Teo because he'll be motivated. Teo should only fight guys that are elite. He should only fight twice a year because if he continues to fight guys on a low level, there's a risk that he might lose or he might have a bad performance.
I'll tell you, if he fights Shakur, he might lose.
I think he beats Shakur. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's 50-50, but I think as soon as that right hand to the body lands, Shakur is going to run all over that ring, and it's going to be a bad taste in the judge's mouth because Shakur doesn't stand close enough to get his counters off against punches. He jumps out of range too far. If Shakur steps out of range far enough where he can still get off his counters, he has a good chance at beating Teo. But let's not forget, we've seen what he does against guys with power and speed, and he's never been hit by anything like Teo with that kind of speed and athleticism as well. So I think Teo with him will be something similar to Roy Jones and James Toney. You will have somebody with a little more fundamentals like Shakur, but Teo's athleticism and explosiveness will be like the Roy Jones to Toney, but more closer, more competitive.
Yeah, I mean, you should be struck by lightning for comparing any of those guys to Roy, but I get you.
I say that because what
Now go ahead.
I say that because Tio, um, what he has in common with Roy is when he's on and he fights top guys, he doesn't just beat them, he wipes them out. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Lomachenko for the first 7 rounds, he outclassed him. And then Loma came on strong the 3 of the last 5 rounds, and then Tio once again outclassed him in the 12th. The difference is when Roy fights a guy that's not supposed to be there, Roy don't play with his food. Roy will get him up out of there. Tio, on the other hand, he'll play with his food and look bad. But when he gets the league, when he's with elite guys, he outclasses them. You feel what I'm saying? So I think with Shakur, I think he would beat Shakur a lot easier than people think. It will be a boring fight, but I got Tio winning that fight.
I don't know, man. I think Shakur might win that fight. I'm not saying that's what I'm going for. Rob, big up. Appreciate you. The Boxing Academy. That's coming soon, man. I'm going to release a video, a tutorial on how to punch harder, guaranteed. I'm going to release that. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. You guys see my work on these punch machines. You know what I'm dealing with, so I'm going to release it soon. Yeah, I don't know, man. Shakur, I think the fight's going to be not entertaining. I'll tell you that, because then it's going to get tactical. Tio's going to stop trying to be explosive and just start boxing too, and the shit's going to get tactical and very slow, in my opinion.
Well, if Tio learns how to cut the ring off, he can win the fight more definitively. But until I see him do that, I gotta assume he doesn't know how to cut the ring off. What could be interesting is if Tio goes on the back foot and forces Shakur to come forward, Tio could outbox Shakur. 'Cause Shakur also doesn't know how to cut the ring off. It's just that we hardly ever see him have to go through that because guys don't move around away from Shakur. But when he did have to chase Padley, it looked it bad, and he even said it himself that he got to know how to cut the ring off. A lot of fighters don't know how to cut the ring off, Marco. They either know how to be a counterpuncher or they know how to come forward. You don't got too many guys these days that are well-rounded that can do both.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Look at Devin. Devin came forward against Ryan Garcia, was knocked all over that ring. He came forward and was getting hit all over the place. All these guys, even Boots Anderson, I love Boots. But Boots doesn't know how to cut the ring off neither. When we fought Karen, we saw how he looked the first time, you know?
I don't know, man. I still think Boots is one of the greatest fighters in the world. I know he has to prove it a little more, but I think he will. But he's not really fighting. I mean, who's he fighting next? He's not really fighting anybody at the level of. He's not doing it. He's not fighting anybody to catapult him to that next dimension.
I agree with you, but I also got to cut him a little bit of slack because he gets a lot of slack with the ducking situation. He ducked Tio, he ducked Devin. They said he ducked Virgil. But to his credit, he moved up to a division that's loaded with smoke. He left the division that was weak to go to a division that's loaded with smoke. Now, whether he's going to go straight into the fire or have a tune-up, we don't know yet until something solidifies. So you can't really criticize him too much because, once again, he's in a division with smoke right now. You know what I mean? It's not like he left to go somewhere that's weak.
Right. No, that's true. That's true. I mean, but why are there no fights made? Like, what's taking so fucking long?
I don't know. It's not like he's doing what like Devin did. Like Devin went to 147. Tio flirted with 147. And with the exception of Brian Norman Jr., there's nobody up there. That's a weak division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 140, you still got Gary Antoine Russell, unfinished business. You got Matias. You got Hitchens. You got solid guys at 140. So once again, you can't really come down on Boots too much. Maybe he might take a tune-up, maybe not. I don't know until something is done, but you got to commend him for moving up to a division loaded with smoke. It's not like he went to a dead division. You know what I mean?
You commend him, but if he's not fighting any fucking buddy, what's the difference?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tio versus Hogan. What? Yeah. So I mean, we're in like suspended animation right now, man. There's no fight signed, nothing. There's a lot of talk, but nothing happening. I mean, Haney versus Norman will be fun. At least that's a tough fight for Haney. I would have not taken that fight if I was Haney.
That should be the main event, bro. Especially with the way that fight is being built up. Every day we got Norman Sr. on somebody's podcast, somebody's live talking, building the fight up. You got you got Bill every now and then when he pops up. Like this fight is really being built up nice, man. I'm really excited for this fight, and I feel this fight should be the main event
Oh, it's
over
not?
Benavidez. It's not. No, it's Benavidez and the guy from the UK. Forgot
Oh,
his name.
Noakes.
No, not Noakes.
All right, who's Noakes fighting?
I don't know who Noakes is. I know Benavidez is fighting what's the dude's name? The black guy that fought from the UK. He fought Kovalev.
Oh, Yard, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main event. I think Devin and Norman should be the main event.
Chat, who is Noakes fighting? Sam Noakes is fighting somebody. It's a good fight, too. Fuck. Noakes is a hard puncher. He's fighting another hard puncher. God damn it. I can't remember now.
Noakes is fighting Abdullah Mason, I believe.
Is that it? Yeah, there we go. I knew it was a good fight. I forgot who he was fighting.
Yeah, man. Yo, to give, I got a question for you. Because you've been watching boxing for a while. Name me your three, if you could, the three best cards you've ever seen.
The three
As
best
far as,
cards?
Cards, yeah.
The rematch card, that might be the best one ever. With Frankie Randall Chavez 2, and I forgot everybody else on it. I can't.
Yeah, you had Norris versus Simon Brown. You also had McLellan versus Julian Jackson.
Yeah, there you go. Now that one is probably the best card. And then some of Turkey's. I mean, that's the only one that really fucked with any of Turkey's cards was that rematch one.
The last Turkey card, I got to give it credit. It delivered.
Yeah.
It definitely delivered.
I mean, it's not his fault that the Times Square one was boring.
No, but this one really delivered though. Like every fight was, you could watch it, there was no scripts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's my little homegirl right there.
Jackie.
That's my little that's my little boy right there. My little Jackie Hernandez.
She ain't Puerto Rican. She's Dominican.
I know that. That's my little Dominican queen right there. What's up, Jackie? I know you watching. Let me turn my camera on real quick so I can say hi to Jackie. What's up, Jackie Hernandez? I'm hoping you're having a blessed day today.
Oh man, stop flirting with Jackie. Get out of here. That's fucking guy.
Yeah, but
there was huh?
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
I'm just reading some of these comments. Turkey.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was Don King had a lot of cards that was great. Even the first Frankie Randall Chavez card was a great card as well.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other great cards because traditionally we all know this. It's one or two great fights tops, and the rest is just dudes with resume building fights. That's usually what it's traditionally been. You know what I mean?
What's your take on Oscar De La Hoya against everybody today from 130 to 154?
Oh, no.
I was having a debate with somebody about that.
No. De La Hoya is one of the greatest fighters who ever lived.
All right. Would you place him on all right, these are the tiers that I came up with. You got Hall of Fame, meaning you just got in. You got great, you got legend, and you got all-time great as the best. Where would you put Oscar in that?
He's one of the greatest welterweights ever in his prime. Like, he could give any of these guys a run for their money. He would give Sugar Ray Leonard a good fight. I don't think he'd beat Leonard, but he would give all these guys. Yeah, he's an all-time great at welterweight. He would give Floyd, if they would have fought, 6-7 years earlier, a real run for his money too. And he almost beat Floyd as it is. Picture if they fought when he was younger.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Oscar, he's an all-time great all around, bro. But I think he had his longest run at 147. That's more like closer to where he topped out. He moved up a little bit. But his best performance, I think, was at 140. Like the way he beat Chavez, like that version of Oscar, the one that beat Chavez, put him in there against the Floyd that beat Arturo Gotti. We're talking about a serious fight right there.
Well, yeah, because Oscar was also quote unquote weight bullying because like he's a natural welterweight. Like when he was fighting 35 and 40, like that was just unfair. He was so much bigger. Don't forget he's 5'10", Dudes
Yeah,
then
he
were like,
started at 130. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why he was running through those divisions. He wasn't staying there too long. At 147 is where he's still longer and had more of a run there. And then
right,
once 154,
right.
160, then back. You know?
Because that was his natural weight, I believe, was more like what was welter. Just like Canelo, I believe Canelo's natural weight's probably middleweight, but he was able to go up a little bit because of his skill and his power. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So another one. If Oscar De La Hoya was a Mexican from Mexico, where would you rate Oscar on the all-time list? Would you put Oscar ahead of Chavez Sr. on the all-time list, period?
Well, one, De La Hoya beat Chavez Sr. twice easily.
He was old, though.
Right, he was old. Two, De La Hoya never was 89 or 87-0, right? But Chavez fought in a time where, I mean, if you look at Chavez's box record, he was fighting once a week to get that record to where it's at. And dudes that nobody heard of. But it's still impressive. I think De La Hoya fought the better competition. I thought De La Hoya fought the better competition. Chavez, how many huge wins did he have? Camacho,
Rosario,
Camacho,
Roger Mayweather, Meldrick Taylor.
I wouldn't say Meldrick Taylor doesn't count because we all know Taylor should have beat him.
No. Listen, he stopped him. I don't care what anybody says. He stopped him, and he broke him mentally and physically, bro. He still stopped him. You can't take that away from him.
Yes, you can. That shouldn't have been a stoppage. The dude got up. Fine. Like, fine. Not only that, but there's 3 seconds left in the fight. But, like, he didn't get up like, ooh. He fucking got up and looked over at Lou Duval, who jumped on the apron. Then the referee stopped the fight. Come on. You know boxing, Lo. You could see in his eyes he was fine. You know.
But here's my take on both of their careers. In terms of accolades, Oscar tops him because he's a 6th division champion, right? Competition wise, Oscar fought better competition. He beat better competition.
He did. Chavez didn't have that many big wins, if you think about it.
Chavez had more of an aura in terms of his dominance. When he did win his fight, with the exception of the Taylor fight, which was controversial, but yet, to his credit, he did stop him at the end of the day. Chavez was more dominant than Oscar De La Hoya. His aura, he had more of a serious run. Oscar had some controversial wins that people felt he lost, like with Pernell Whitaker, like with Ike Corte, like later on when he fought Felix Stern. Chavez didn't have those many type of hiccups, with the exception of the Pernell Whitaker draw.
Yeah, man. I don't think anybody thinks Ike Corte beat Oscar. Oscar beat him. I think it was close. But Pernell arguably beat him, but that's Pernell. Pernell beat the shit out of Chavez. That's Pernell. Pernell arguably beat Oscar in his prime. I don't think even with the stupid game plan, I don't think Tito should have beaten Oscar. Oscar was outboxing him, was fucking popping his cabbage back repeatedly in that fight. Who else beat him? Nobody really beat Oscar in his prime besides Pernell.
Shane Mosley beat him.
Oh, right. Mosley beat him twice.
The first time Mosley won. The second time I felt Oscar won.
Right, but Mosley did beat him. Okay, so Mosley was really the only person to convincingly beat Oscar in his prime. Even the Pernell one was close. So, I mean, I don't know. But again, it was a different time. If Oscar was fighting once a week in Mexico, dudes that nobody heard of, he probably could have also compiled 80-plus victories. You know what I mean?
So basically, you would rate Oscar ahead of Chavez then.
Yeah, I guess I would, especially the fact that they fought each other. I know Chavez was older, but Chavez wasn't even that old. I mean, for the time, he was like 33 or 34.
Remember.
That was old. For the time, that was old, though.
The reason why for that time people were old, they were considered old, was because at that time, Marco, they were more active. A world champion would fight 5 times a year. You know what I'm saying? And that means more training camps. That means more sparring, more wear and tear. Right now, you fight less. You're running the risk of being rusty, but at the same token, you're also preserving your body. That's why it's more common for guys today to still fight into their 30s and sometimes 40s. That's the reason why you even got to give Roberto Duran even more credit for being able to win a championship at 160 at 37 years old. Because this is a time where at 37, you're supposed to be a corpse. You feel me? And
Yeah.
Durant did it at 37, and he did it against a guy that knocked out the guy that knocked him out. So that means a lot, bro. That's why I can never put
I mean, you're talking about
Canelo.
Barkley.
Yeah, that's why I can never put any Latin fighter. Like when people tell me Canelo's better than Durant, I say hell no.
Really though, if we think about it, Iran Barkley, his only claim to fame is beating Tommy Hearns. Everybody else beat Barkley, and badly. Like one of my most watched videos is that merciless, venomous ass whooping that James Toney put on Barkley. Like, who'd Barkley beat besides? Let's just say, like, that was my argument with somebody like Norton, Ken Norton. Who'd he beat besides Ali? Nobody.
Well, I gotta disagree with you. Barkley did at an older age destroy. I think his name is Van Horn. It was hyping him up. And with James
Toney, what you just said, you think his name is. So why are we even talking about this guy?
Okay. James Toney beat, and I'm not saying James wouldn't have beaten him then. James Toney beat an older Iran Barkley, and to this day, that's considered one of James Toney's best wins. And that was an older Iran Barkley. Durant beat a younger, in his prime, Iran Barkley as the older man, as the smaller guy moving up. Yeah, Durant beat him in '87. James Toney beat him like in 90 something, bro. That was James Toney's his super middleweight. Yeah, that was his super middleweight championship.
And don't forget, Barkley had a lot of losses in his career. Like he had a lot of losses coming up.
Yeah, but he was still a good fighter though.
Durant beat him in '89, and then they all fucking beat him. James. Yeah, I mean, everybody beat this fucking guy. He has his only claim to fame is beating Tommy Hearns, and the only man to do it twice.
But still, Durant started his career at 119 pounds, bro. At 119.
I got you.
To beat this man at 37 years old. You can't take nothing from Durant.
He's dope, but he also did something that nobody's ever done, or that very few legends. No, matter of fact, let's do this. He's done something that no legend has ever done. Quit.
What?
Quit.
That's not true.
Name one all-time great.
I had this conversation with Punch. Punch is my boy, but he has a tendency sometimes to shit on the legends to big up today's generation, right?
Talk to me. What legends have just quit in the middle of the
Chavez quit. Chavez quit. He quit against Oscar De La Hoya. Yes, he did. He quit against Oscar De La Hoya.
Okay, no.
I don't care.
Okay.
He quit.
No.
He quit, bro.
Listen to me. There's a difference between throwing in the towel from a vicious ass whooping and just quitting.
He didn't throw in the towel. He quit. He shook his head, Marco. He shook his head.
Because you saw
he shook his head.
He was getting fucked up. His cabbage was.
I don't care. He still quit, bro. He still quit. Okay. Eric Morales quit.
Let's rephrase here.
Miguel Cotto quit.
Quitting without receiving a vicious ass whooping in the process. How many all-time great legends have done that?
Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Who?
Guillermo Rigondeaux did it.
He's an all-time great legend.
He's a great. I would say he's a great Hall of Famer.
I'm telling you, the only legend that's ever quit. I mean, tell me if I can't think of anybody else. Just Durant. From I mean, he was getting beat up, but it wasn't even that bad. He was just frustrated like that.
Yeah, he was frustrated. He quit, right? But what adds to his legacy is that, remember, in boxing, it's like life, bro. You got to go through adversity, and you got to turn it around. This is why I can never put Roy Jones ahead of Durant, because when Roy Jones lost, he fell off the map altogether. And I know you're going to crucify me for that, but I don't care. Durant took one of the most worst losses ever, and he still was able to bounce back. That says a lot for a person's intestinal fortitude. You know what I mean? That adds to your legacy, bro, to come back from a bad loss. That's why what I said about Devin, this is Devin's opportunity, if he loses, to try to bounce back from a bad loss.
Oh my goodness. How dare you? Roy Jones was way better than Durant. Come on now. Durant was dope, but come on. Roy, dominant, skill. Durant was dope, though. Don't get me wrong. Durant's defense, those of you guys who want to watch, there's sparring of him and Nigel Benn, how he just plays with dude. Like, he was a great fighter. Yeah, and he was smaller, and he was older. All that shit is true. But he's also the only guy to ever quit, which to me is just crazy. To just stop fighting because he felt like he just couldn't beat you. He couldn't beat him, and he was getting embarrassed, so he just stopped.
Okay, but he's also the first guy and the only guy to beat Sugar Ray Leonard in his prime.
He is. He is. No,
Yes,
no,
he is.
for
In his
real.
prime. Yes, he is. Yes, he
Uh,
is. He beat Sugar Ray in his prime. And he did this when he was already a lightweight early in his career, the greatest lightweight of all time. Like, you got to look at the good and the bad, what he done. You know what I'm saying?
oh
So
man,
he committed some sins in boxing that were forgiven.
I'm just saying, like he was on his Daniel Dubois shit. Daniel Dubois quit. The second fight was a little, it was still a quit, but it wasn't as bad. The first fight with Usyk was such a fucking crazy quit to me. And but some guys do that, I guess. But very few all-time great legends do that. None really, except for him. But you're right. He's done a lot of great things. Um, and great thing about him too. If you see him, he has no effects of being punch drunk or anything, right? I mean, I don't speak Spanish, but it doesn't seem to me like he's slurring his words or anything. He's muted. Norman Jr. made Cuevas quit. Okay, he's not an all-time great, but all right. Leonard
And
was in.
Antonio Margarito made Cotto quit. He went down to his knees. And I get everybody got mad at me for saying that. It's true. He
No,
went on his knees.
that was a
Before it don't
vicious,
matter. He didn't know there was plaster at that point. He didn't
yeah,
know there was plaster at that
man,
point, bro.
beating. Like if you take a beating, you want to save your own life. Like I don't subscribe to that. I'm willing to die on my shield. No, you're not. And if you are, that's stupid. Stupid. You're willing to die?
No matter what you want to say, that's still quitting, bro.
Nah, man. People aren't. I'm telling you, the majority of fighters aren't willing to die. They might be
Roger
willing to take.
Mayweather quit.
Huh?
Roger Mayweather quit too against Chavez the second time around.
Yeah, but you're bringing up fights where guys were swallowing merciless beatings like that. That's understandable. It's people who quit when they're not getting beaten badly or where they still have a chance. Like Dubois still had a chance against Usyk in that first fight. Duran still had a chance, a big chance. Like, if you physically can't operate, if this dude is fucking smashing your CPU and your processor to shreds and now you can't operate, okay, quit. But if your shit is fine, you're just having problems solving a puzzle, you don't quit for that. Especially in boxing. One punch will change everything. I don't know.
Look, I agree with you. It was definitely a humiliating loss. But I still got Durant as the top five all time great, regardless of that.
Oh, and Jackie put you on Front Street. Yeah, you bringing up the fucking Cotto thing. This dude's hands were loaded.
What Jackie said.
She said that doesn't change the fact that hand wraps were still plastered. Because you brought up Cotto quitting. Yeah, I mean, he was getting hit with literal cinder blocks. Like, what do you expect? I mean, we don't know for sure, but it sure seems like that was the case.
I mean, it's a different level of giving up for sure because, they took punishment. But I've had to stay off the topic. It's a sensitive topic. A lot of people's favorite fighters have quit before, and that's that. But Durant's quit was definitely the most humiliating. And let's leave it at that. And I agree with it. You know what I mean? I don't want to put nobody down. These are all modern day gladiators, modern day warriors. But, a
And
lot of
even,
guys quit.
did you ever watch that special where Sugar Ray flew to like Panama to like talk to him, and he still
Hmm.
kept up the bullshit? Like, what did he say again? Like he ate something, or what was his reason?
Um, Something like that. He had something in his stomach ache. Remember, and I'm not making excuses for him. They made Durant. That was bad management. They made him come back around and fight Ray Leonard 3 months later without his consent when the guy had gained like damn near 90 pounds, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know how that is? You've been to the gym, you boxed before. I've been to the gym. I know how it is to go to the gym the next day after a wild night drinking and stuff like that. And you go to the gym and you spar, you gotta move around. You feel like I don't even like going to the gym when I'm like that. If I know I'm drinking one night before, I'm not going to the gym. Because even to get through the workout alone is no joke, especially if you got to use the bathroom and you ain't used the bathroom. So I could imagine how Durant was in that ring.
I don't know.
His management did him dirty, bro.
If that's the case, then that's on him for getting drunk the night before. I mean,
No,
whatever.
absolutely. He was living that life. After that Ray Leonard win, he got all that money, started partying, gaining weight, drinking, messing around with women and stuff like that.
Yep. Sonny Edwards did quit, but he was getting fucked up too, though, David. He was getting beat up. Getting beat up. And that's a whole different thing. Like, is it okay to quit when you're getting beat up? I think it is. If you're, and by the way, I wouldn't do that. I'll take my ass whooping. Like I've been in there. I haven't had my ass whooped that many times, but the few times where I was outclassed, I just covered up, did what I could do, tried to throw my shots, and just let the fucking rounds end. Like I don't quit. But is it that bad? I also wasn't in a 12-round pro fight where, I could possibly be absorbing career-ending, life expectancy shortening damage. Is it that bad to fucking quit if you are?
Yo, Lowe said if he dies, he dies. I see you got to be a fan of Rocky 4. You don't give a fuck. Okay.
Lowe said if he dies, he dies. Y'all got
it. Y'all got it. Hey, so stop doing that, Marco. Stop mocking me after all the props I give you. No, that's funny. That's funny. I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin. Yo, what's up to the panel? What's up to the chat? Yeah, what we talking about? You guys taking it all the way back because it's not too much popping right now. We got spoiled these past couple of weeks with a lot of good cards, but yeah, not too much on the horizon. So I feel, I can talk to old school too.
Ain't shit. Well, there's a bunch of possibilities being thrown out, but what are we gonna do with that?
Right. I hate the gossip and the rumors. That's the part of boxing I don't like. That the YouTube part where people just want to keep.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Hyping shit up that's not really happening. I mean, we could speculate on Tank's retirement or whatever the fuck. I mean, Marco said he talked to Coach Kenny, and either he's out of the loop or it's bullshit. One of the two, right?
I believe he's out of the loop. I believe that Tank is. Isn't he in prison or not prison, but whatever? Wasn't he locked up, or did he not get locked up?
Well, he bailed out, but yeah, probably a pending trial coming up.
Right. So maybe he has other shit going on, but yeah, he's. I mean, I told you guys, I think he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
He's not there mentally. He knows it. He's probably extremely rich. So what for?
Exactly. He never had the goal of being an all-time great. He always was transparent, and I actually respect it. He was transparent, like I'm trying to get paid, like from the beginning. So shit, shout out to him.
Yep.
Although I got to come back to the butterbean shit. Okay, I'm glad you admitted you was trolling low because
yeah, I was trolling man. Javonte's going down to the Hall of Famer, bro. He's just not gonna go down as a great fighter or an all-time great, and it's a shame because truth is, and this is coming from somebody that was trolling. I think Javonte is the most complete fighter out of the quote unquote the 5 Fantastic 7, whatever you want to call them, because there's more than 4 of them now. Yeah. So I think Javonte is more complete than Tio, more complete than Shakur. He's more complete than Devin. But mentally, I got to question it. But physically, he got it. Javonte is the only one out of all of them that's shown that he can fight off the back foot, and he's shown he can cut the ring off. The other guys, when it comes to cutting the ring off, they look lost. Javonte showed he could cut the ring off against Frank Martin.
No, I agree with that. Hell yeah, I'm with you. But
Javonte has the best fundamentals out of all of them. He got a good jab. He got, Javonte physically is the best fighter out of all of them, in my opinion. But mentally, I got a question. Like right now, if you ask me who wins between Javonte and Tio, I think Tio beats him right now. If you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have said Tank. But now I think Tio beats him because of
there ain't no way Tio will make 135 ever in
life. No. See, my thing is this. For one, Javonte's shown, I don't want to put accusations because we haven't seen it yet. He looks like he might have a little no mas in him. When things don't go his way, he complains too much. The way that Lamont Roach was fighting him in the pocket, using the shoulder roll, countering him. Imagine Tio does that too, with more reflexes and more power than Lamont Roach. Only thing is Lamont Roach might be a little better fundamentally than Tio, but I can see Tio doing the same thing that Lamont Roach did. And he would hurt Tank and probably put Tank's hands in his pockets. And I can see Tio pulling away and beating Gervonta Davis after seeing that Lamont Roach fight.
Interesting take. I'm glad you elaborated, homie, because I was about to say you about to get written up at your job. I would write you up for the bullshit you was talking yesterday, but no, you got it. You got it, champ.
Yeah, the butterbean thing was crazy, but I get it. Like Tank, I don't know. Will he be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he'll be a Hall of Famer. He's just not going to be considered an all-time great or great.
Why
He'll
is
be a
I
that?
Hall.
don't know, champ. Name them names. Like who did he beat? Name them names.
I'm not going to name the name, but I will say that there's guys that made it to the Hall of Fame that Tank is better than, that had a better career than them, like Arturo Gotti.
Yeah, but Arturo at least fought
He
mad.
fought. Yeah.
He just lost to them.
Right.
Yeah, but
Agree.
remember, it's called the Hall of Fame. It's not called the Hall of Accolades. Remember, Gervonta Davis was one of the most popular fighters of this era. He scored big
Okay,
knockouts. He
Lo,
did
not to
have some
cut you off,
names.
but what's your criteria, real quick? What's your criteria if it's not the Hall of Accolades, which I can
Is
agree
Butter?
to a degree?
There you go. Is Butterbean in the Hall of Fame? Since you compared them,
He might make it.
but is he now? No, right? So by your
I mean,
standards, Tank shouldn't go either.
my criteria, no, I'm going by the standards of what it is. My standards for all-time greatness to go into that is different from what they say, because a lot of guys wouldn't make it if it was up to me. But I don't want to put nobody down. My criteria is the same as pound for pound. Your accomplishments, which is your what you did, your resume, who you beat, who you fought, even your losses. Like, how did you lose some of these fights? Because sometimes a moral victory can add to your legacy. And then we gotta look at your dominance
That's
and
it
your
right there.
longevity. You know what I'm saying? That's my criteria.
Okay.
Okay, well, he was dominant. He didn't beat nobody. He got a couple belts, I guess. I wouldn't put
Yeah.
him in.
I mean, he beat. Who'd he beat? Dudes who were coming up. Um, what fighter did Tank fight who was a real threat,
Right.
perceived as a real threat? Nobody, right?
Nobody. We put it this way: nobody that Tank's beaten has a trajectory to get into the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Maybe Leo Santa Cruz, maybe Leo, but even going into that fight, Leo didn't have not one physical advantage at all. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the speed, he didn't have the size, he didn't have the power, he didn't have anything but just his accolades.
Oh, this is nasty. Look at the way these guys are doing you, Lo. Lo runs the Timu Fimo fan page.
Hell no.
He's-
These
Listen,
guys,
I'm the only one. Me and Punch probably the only ones that actually hold Tio accountable. Because I'm not one thing about me, I'm a fan of myself and my integrity, bro. I'm not a fan of nobody. I support them, but I'm not a fan like that. It's like if you're my friend, and if you do something out of pocket, I'm gonna pull you up about it. And with Tio,
That's real.
I don't agree with a lot of shit that he did and some of the things that he said. But as far as him as a fighter, he's my favorite fighter based on his skills and some of the stuff outside of the ring that he has done that I do admire is the fact that Tio's a people's champion. He goes to the amateur events. He gives back. A lot of y'all favorite fighters won't even spit on you to turn you off if you was on fire. Tio, I can't say that for Tio. Tio is the people's champion, so I admire him for that. You know.
he's cool, but I worry about him because it seems like he's, he goes through it mentally. It seems like sometimes.
Mhm.
I'm just not a fan of him burning bridges with certain people and the way that he trolls using the race stuff and things of that nature.
I mean,
You know,
why did Turkey cut him off? Was it that they did that racist, the N-word stuff, or what was it?
well, no, because I know he called Turkey a dictator, right? But I
Right,
believe Turkey
but
must
that
have
was
forgave
after.
him.
Well, hold on, that was after Turkey already cut him off. Why did Turkey cut him
Was
off
it?
to begin with?
No,
Yeah.
no, no. He called Turkey a dictator first, and then Turkey cut
No,
him off.
he goes, I was
Yes.
just
That's what I thought. I
he
saw
goes,
how
No,
Low was describing
I'm
it. I could
telling
be
you, he
wrong.
no,
goes, I was
no,
just
Mark.
fired, and then they said why, and then they go by who? Then he goes by the dictator. He said he was fired
No,
first. Look it up. I mean, unless I'm almost positive he first said I
no,
was
you're wrong.
fired.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Marco. You're wrong. I'm a Tio guy, and I listen to Punch a lot. Punch is always the first one to get all the Tio news. Tio called him a dictator first, and then Turkey said something, and then Tio said, "Oh, Turkey cut me off," but then he apologized, and obviously Turkey must have forgave him because Turkey was still willing to give him the Devin Haney fight because Boots turned it down. But then, Tio turned down the Devin Haney fight because they were offering the thing with Tio was he had a 3-fight deal, right? The first fight was going to be whoever they gave him for whatever amount he got. And then the second fight was supposed to be Boots Ennis for $11 million, right? But Boots Ennis said yes on Friday and then he said no on Saturday. So then Turkey was like, all right, let me get you another opponent. So they got him Devin Haney. But you're not going to get 11 now. You're going to get 8 or 8.5. So Tio was standing on his principle, like, wait a minute, you told me this, but I'm not getting that. I don't want to fight. I believe he still should have took the fight because $8 million is a career high. He's not gonna get
So
$8 million against anybody.
let me ask you guys this.
Yeah,
So,
again, it's way
so
more than he was making
this
before.
is what
Go ahead.
E-Rock's saying. This is what Jackie's saying. How did he insult Turkey's religion? Because I don't remember. What did he do?
No, I
I
didn't
don't
hear
know
about
about
that. I know
this.
Ryan did, but
No, what did I heard Tio? They said Tio insult. I'm telling you, Lo, I remember it very clearly. Like, and I could be wrong, but that he goes, "I was fired." He goes, "I just got fired." That's the first thing he tweeted, and then somebody said, "By who or why?" Then he responded, "By the dictator." That's what I remember. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
he said
why?
the dictator. Yeah, he doubled down on it. He doubled down on it,
So
but he
why
was
did they
already
fire
calling
him?
him the dictator.
What did he fire him for? Because he said he got fired first,
I
and
know
then
he said he also said that he didn't want to fight in Saudi. Also, he did say that.
so for what I'm understanding is he insulted the religion in some of the shit he said. That's why he got fired. That's what it sounds like the chat's also saying. But like I'm curious what the details were. Maybe they weren't public. Because Tio's
right.
that's another corny shit. Like I love Tio, no disrespect to him, but like it's kind of corny to put everything on Front Street like that goes on. Like keep some of it
Most
private.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
those
what I
are
mean?
the things I'm not a fan of. Those are the things I'm not a fan of. That he says things and he wears his heart on his sleeve, and then the burning his bridges with Canelo. He's talking crap about Canelo and all whatever. Canelo then looked out for him. Things of that nature. Those are things I'm not a fan of. You know,
Hey, real
those are the
quick
character flaws I
tangent.
don't like.
Low, as a Tio fan, how do you feel about his father? Like, is he doing a good job in your opinion?
I like his father. His father trained him from a child to what he was able to do right now. How many people could train their son and make him a world champion?
Yeah,
Well, we
yeah.
got a handful, but I feel you. That's not easy if you're not, a high level boxer yourself. I
Believe it or
feel you.
not, believe it or not, um, his father actually is better. It's better off having his father. Sometimes says things that he shouldn't say. Like his father was telling Bill Haney, "Oh, I'll fight your son for $20 million." That was stupid of his
Oh
father.
nah, yeah.
But his father does try to clean up the mess and tries to, tell Tio, don't say that. But that Tio's already outspoken though. So I think his father's cool.
Tio
But they,
Senior goes wild sometimes. He gets a little sauced up, starts saying all kinds of crazy shit. But that's part of the reason why people love him, and part of the reason why people get turned off. I
Hey,
like him.
moving the needle. I feel it. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not a huge fan, but I understand the
Well,
concept.
I mean, look, Danny Garcia's dad was very similar when he was fighting. They
and let me
just
tell you
go ahead.
what Tio Senior has in common with Angel Garcia. Both guys are two of the most down to earth dudes you'll meet in boxing, bro. Like I met Angel Garcia numerous times in the past. He's very cool, man. Um, I ran into Tio Senior a few times. Tio Senior is a very cool dude, also, man. Very transparent. You can talk to him. Cool, down to earth dude. You know who else was cool? Who I met? Who I thought was gonna be Hollywood, but he was cool. Bill
Who?
Haney. Bill Haney.
Yeah, Bill. I've talked to Bill on the phone. I've interviewed him. The few times I was around him in person, he was in his like Bill Haney promoter mode, like just talking mad shit to all the cameras. So I'd never actually talked to him in person one on one, but I've talked to him on the phone before one on one.
Yeah, I seen him in person. He goes to my gym with his son, little Sean Haney. I seen him there a few times. And one day I walked into the gym and he was in there with his son. And I said, "Yo, that Debo Senior?" And he looked at me. He was like, "Man, God bless you, King." And then when he sees me in the gym, he comes up to me, starts conversating with me and everything, man. Bill Haney's dying.
No, he's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's very smart. Very smart. He knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like he's not. He says he trolls, but I wouldn't even say troll. He promotes.
Right.
He
Let me
promotes.
step in right here because me and Bill from the same town and not too far apart in age. Now that I think about it, which is crazy. But
Yeah, right.
yeah, man. That's crazy. Yo, but yeah, Oakland, Bay Area in general, like we always real, but we also know how to put on a show. I'll put it like that if that makes sense.
Oh,
Keep it real, but put on a show.
that's part. Oh, so that's a thing for Oakland. That's a
Oh,
characteristic.
most definitely. Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah, I mean,
fucking, we were the first ones, on a tangent to take it to rap, the first ones to sell independent, like selling tapes out of the trunk and shit. So yeah, we know how to promote ourselves. Definitely.
Bill talks like a con man, a used car. Damn, Jackie. Okay. Kind. kind of. He's like Muhammad Ali. He's like used car salesman Muhammad Ali kind of hybrid. Like he is funny. Bill can be funny and charismatic though.
That's crazy. They're trying to compare Bill Haney with Lester Diamond. You know what Lester Diamond is?
Nah.
That's the country club golf hustler, the loan shark, the scumbag pimp from the movie Casino.
Exactly. I got the reference.
Nah, but Bill definitely is another one. Like I said before, I throw him in the same boat with Tio Senior and Angel as far as he'll be down to earth. He'll talk with you.
Yo, E-Rock said where you're from is ghetto as fuck, CJ.
Oh, fuck you. I knew that. Shit, I was born there in the crack era.
Did you grow up in like middle class or a ghetto? Like, where'd you grow up?
Well, see, fortunately, we got out of Oakland pretty quick. Like by age 10, I was in Vacaville. So that's mainly where I really grew up.
And
but no, I
Vacaville
mean,
is like
half my childhood in Oakland, half in Vacaville.
Is Vacaville like middle class?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's being nice to Lo because he wants to promote Devin. Oh shit! So she thinks everything he does is self-motivated.
Damn.
Who said that? What happened?
Jackie thinks that Bill is self-motivated. Like he's nice to you because he figures that he knows that you go on these sites and stuff and you talk nice.
No, but Bill doesn't even know that I'm a content creator. Like we didn't get a chance to talk about all that. Like when I seen him, we spoke.
No. Bill is seeing you on TBV. Like he knows. He knows. I know he knows. There's no way he hasn't seen you, and like he knew who I was a while back. You know what I mean? Like, I think he knows, but maybe not. Maybe you're right.
Yo, Marco, you know who's mad cool? Who I forgot to mention? Shakur Stevenson's grandfather, bro. He came to the gym the Thursday before his fight. Wally Moses see me hitting the heavy bag. He see me hitting the reflex bag, and he came up to me and started showing me some defense moves. Wally Moses is a cool brother right there. He's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool dude, down to earth, old school man.
Yo, all boxers, for the most part, it's a cool environment. I've been in a lot of different environments, and maybe it's just because I am one too. I don't know, but it's like a brotherhood as opposed to a lot of other things I've been in, which is like real cliquey and fake, and But that's
a lot of the young ones are not that friendly though. Shakur wasn't too friendly when I seen him.
Yeah, I mean, me and him talk sometimes because he knows who I am. But yeah, I don't know how he would be. I tell you, I met Bud. Bud was definitely not warm and cuddly. Like he knew who I was, but he
wasn't warm and cuddly.
Nah, not at all. Like when he was.
Bud was cool.
I met Bud in but was he like an asshole?
No,
he just like when I was introduced to him by Shaq, he looked at me and he was on his phone. He looked up. He goes, "I know you." And then we get a pound, and but it was a look almost like, did I say something that you didn't? Almost like I'm spewing anti-Bud content, which I'm not. So I couldn't. And then like throughout the time, like even when he left, he didn't say goodbye. Like he kind of just like I don't know. He wasn't warm and cuddly. Now I don't know if that's just how he is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I always give myself the benefit of the doubt because I've learned this talking to girls coming up over the years, like 99 times out of 100, it's not about you. Dudes are having
it's not you, it's them. It's whatever's going on in their head.
Right. People don't give a fuck about you. They care about themselves. And that's a rule of thumb. So, same thing with girls. Like all of us coming up talking to girls, like they're not. Yeah, so that's how I took it with Bud, but I have heard stories that he's not a warm, cuddly kind of person.
Well, Marco, my experience with Bud was different. I met Bud, this is before I did content. I met him at Mendez Gym when he was training for the Amir Khan fight. He came by to do a light workout. And first I went to Bomac. I said, Bomac, can I talk to Bud? He said, go over there and ask him. See what he tells you. So I went up to Bud. I started talking to Bud. I didn't record anything, but I took a picture with him. I forgot what we spoke about. But Bud was very cool and down to earth. But once again, this is Bud before the Errol Spence fight. This is when he fought Amir Khan. And the vibe I got off Bud Crawford was cool when I met him.
And so what TCP said, this might be true. I was picking Canelo before I met them in person. So, but again, you know how I am though. I'm not like, yo, he's gonna get fucking destroyed. I'm real. Like even when I pick somebody, I'm respectful with it. But he might be one of those because a lot of fighters, like I've heard stories, like guys like Shakur and Errol, like Roy Jones told me Errol refused to shake his hand when they met.
Hell, man.
Because Roy picked Bud over Errol. And Roy didn't do it like he did it the way I did it. Like, they're both great fighters, but so it could have been something like that. You never know with these guys.
Oh, that's too sensitive. Fuck that.
It is,
Come
but
on, man.
I've heard mad stories. Like, people have told me stories about Shakur. Like, what I say about Shakur is what I really feel, and I'm usually praising his. So maybe that's why he's cool with me. Maybe if he saw me say I thought Tank would beat him. I've said that before. Now I don't think that, but I did then.
Okay.
But he still talks to me. Maybe he just didn't hear me say it, or he doesn't give a fuck. Who knows?
Well, that's fair. Okay, I wish fighters wouldn't be so sensitive. Again, it sounds like some Gen Z shit to me. But what do I know?
Some do, but some don't. Like, I remember when I went on Nessa's show, we had Shiraz on, and Ness was like, just let's be transparent. I'm a Berlanga guy. I'm picking him, and I was like, well, Hamza, I'm picking you. I'm not. And he didn't give a fuck what Ness said. He was cool with it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to pick somebody. It's another thing to be like, yo, you're garbage. Your resume's blown up. You're a manufactured PBC drone and whatever people say. That's one thing. But just picking like, yo, I think so-and-so will probably have the boxing skill to maybe get the UD over you.
Well, kind of like we were talking about yesterday, recently within the past couple of days, like as far as content strategy, you said the dudes that yell and cuss, they blow up, they do the numbers. So apparently you got to be like a super hater or a super D-rider of one fighter. Yeah. So you can spice it up. I hate that, but
yeah, man. I don't know what it is. Something about just dysfunction gets people going. People love it.
Yeah.
People like drama, Marco. People like drama. People like negativity. People like toxicness.
Is that across the board, or is it more of a boxing thing?
That's across the board, bro.
That's society in general now.
Well, that's stupid. Like,
stupid. If you look at some of the biggest YouTube content creators, like, I always thought boxing would be big, but I watch all type of content. There's channels that's way bigger than boxing content creators.
Mr.
And these are channels that called
Mr. Beast isn't going out shitting on people. Isn't he the biggest one ever?
I don't know what that is.
I never seen his content.
Mr.
I heard
Beast,
of him, but
I haven't either. But I think he does like kid shit. Like, I don't think he's not. But yeah, you're right. I mean,
especially like in the man woman like dating space, those are huge channels right now because people like the drama.
Man, I don't even watch stuff like that because like the dating advice, I would never go to anybody for dating advice. I just go by my own experience.
No, not for advice, but it's more like you'll get like a panel full of. They'll get like a panel full of women, right? They all do OnlyFans, and they'll be like, "You're a hoe, you're a 304," and all that. I mean, that's I'm
not interested in that stuff. It is annoying because it pops up in my algorithm, like on TikTok. Right. I'm trying to find stuff interesting, and all I see is different guys and different girls talking about their preference in dating and what to do and what not to do and what they like. Like, get out of here with that. Nobody want to hear that shit.
That shit is entertaining. I'm sorry, it's entertaining.
David Garcia. So I am close to 40K, and that might sound like a lot, but like, I'll give you an example. I'm close to 40K. I can't make anywhere near a living off this. My man, there's a guy that I'm cool with, a content creator named Drew Titan. Right now, he does his, he does things differently. That motherfucker makes way more money than me and has way less subscribers. He engages because he's like that. He engages people coming in. He really goes hard on certain fighters, and that's his angle. Yeah. People love it. You know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't fucking matter all the subscribers you have sometimes, because mine are mostly from like my shorts. And like, having a live stream audience is very different than having a content audience.
That's a fact. Yep.
Yeah, it is, right? Unfortunately. But when you get big enough, you have both. You guys ever see that dude who's like goes up to people and he's like, "Yo, you looking to get pieced up, my boy?" The dude's like,
"What?" Yeah.
And then he'll pull out like a 6-piece of fucking McDonald's. Like, yeah, he gets guns pulled on him. Like, people love that shit though.
That's stupid. I mean, that's too risky.
No, he goes in the hood in like California. He goes next to people, he starts going like this, like fake gang signs, and dudes pulling out guns chase him. Like, he just like puts his life in danger. People love watching it.
That's not working.
There's a content creator that I like to watch. His name is Hassan Campbell. He talks about like celebrity gossip. He talks about breaking news and a lot of conspiracy. I don't really care for the celebrity gossip stuff, but when he does his conspiracy videos, they're very entertaining, bro. And this guy has hundreds and hundreds of subscribers. When you on his live, he be having like 3,000-4,000 people on his live. Like, these people really got following. And you know what's crazy? I seen videos where all you see is people's mouths eating food. That's all you see. These people got millions of subscribers just eating fucking food, Marco.
Crazy. No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And like I was talking yesterday about Blue Blood. Like Blue Blood's my man. I love Blue Blood. This motherfucker is so nice. He just goes live in his car and gets mad views. He'll just go in his car like, yo, what's up? And just there's no production value. He doesn't give a fuck. And I'm not shitting on him. I think it's great. He's just doing it how he wants to do it, but it works. You know what I mean?
I don't really listen to him though. He's cool and everything, but he does a lot of clickbait. I don't listen to Blue Blood like that.
I don't know, maybe whatever.
Yeah,
but
for
like,
the same reason, I'm right with you, Lo.
I get it. I get it.
You know who I like? You know who I like was pretty good. You probably heard. You ever heard of Claymore Rain?
Who? Claymore?
Claymore
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah, bro.
Blue Blood's co-host.
I'm gonna tell you, but yeah, he just got on the game recently too. He wasn't around that long, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. The first time I listened to one of Claymore's live fight chats was for the Brian Norman Jr. fight against Sasaki. I couldn't watch it. I had to come to work early that day, so I couldn't have my phone out. There was a lot of people around, but I plugged in my Bluetooth in my ear, and I was just listening to him do color commentating. And he was very different from all the other content creators when it comes to color commentating. His shit was very professional. It was a little bit humorous. You know, the guy can get a job with a network. I'm gonna be honest with you. That guy can get a job with a network for color commentator. He's better than some of the color commentators that's really out there. He did a great job, man, with that. I was listening to this shit entertained. Like I was visualizing what he was saying.
You can't fuck with me, but I got you.
That's what's up.
I mean, forget commentating is my niche. I will blast anybody with that shit. But I gotta get.
You know what the fuck you're talking about.
I gotta get a shot first. Thank you. But until I get a shot to prove it, it's all just talk, right?
Yeah, you know you got Max Callinan type vibe. You know what I mean?
All right. That was racist.
Keep doing those fight parties, man. You got to show it. Just put it out there.
Oh, that's
and then
racist.
Chop it up.
All those white people don't look alike, Lo. Come on, man.
I mean, you already do shorts. You might need to chop up. Hold up, real quick, Lo. I'm gonna get some Marco some game. You already do shorts, right? And we're doing these fight parties more and more lately. So you got to chop up, go back, watch the video, chop up some of that shit to demonstrate your skill in commentating.
If I didn't have two young kids, and I had time, I feel like I don't have time to do that. You're right though. You're probably right. I should do that.
Well, I would be willing to step in for a small fee.
Max and Marco will be homies. I mean, we're from the same hood-ish. He's from Manhattan, I believe. I don't know where he's from, but Lo, did you ever watch? You're old enough, right, to watch Max's public access show?
I heard about it. I never watched it though. I heard about it.
Oh, because you were in Philly most of that time, huh?
It had nothing to do with that. Well, I was just never, I never watched it.
Why? But why wouldn't you? If you were a boxing fan living in Manhattan, there's no way you wouldn't have caught that shit.
I mean, back then, the only boxing I saw was boxing. I wasn't watching boxing shows, until the YouTube thing got in the mix. The first boxing YouTube content creator I used to be a fan of at one point, it used to be Ego and Dante. I used to listen to them all the time in the morning when I was getting ready to go to work.
Well, how old are you though? You're 40?
44 now.
So you're 4 years younger than me. So yeah, you should. That was it. Unless you were maybe in Philly during your high school years, that showed his public access shit was big, and you would have got it. And you would have got it.
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah, man. So all those guys are, those guys are good. But it's like I was saying this yesterday. It's a different form. It's a different art. Streaming, commentating, it's different. Very different. You know what I mean? So,
Tombstone right now channel is flaming. I love Tombstone channel, bro. There was one day I woke up wrong side of the bed, bro. Bad morning. Woke up with an anxiety attack and I had to go take a drive somewhere. Tombstone happened to be live. I was listening to his live the whole ride. And let me tell you, I was cracking up so much, bro. That shit made my day. Tombstone channel is real good. Because there's a mixture of boxing, but it also got the comedy type hip hop drama that only he can get away with. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. No, and that's great. Nah, he's dope. I love Two-Tone. Two-Tone's
he's
smarter because he's not pigeonholing himself to boxing. I keep thinking about that. Like maybe I should.
He's touching in on different. He's touching in on boxing. He's touching into celebrity gossip. Then he got a little comedy shit going on with the crank calls. Hilarious. And then the yams, of course. He always talk his yams talk.
Yams.
No, and he has his soundboard, he has the soundboard. I got my shit, but not his is a different level. This is on a
Yo, you
different
know who grew on me too? Who else grew on me? I never really watched this show, but as a co-host, Round One, man, Round One is dope on the show also, bro.
I haven't seen him because I'm not
He
on
got,
TBV like that.
round
yeah, he
one.
got
Wait, what
real
about
dope.
round one?
Round, I never really watched the show like that, but as far as when he's on the panel, he knows his stuff. And he's also funny on the low without even knowing it, man. Round One, he got the Joe
Um,
Pesci type voice, telling people, "Can I talk to your son? Can I
you
can
can-
I talk to your son?"
wait, what is that from? People keep saying that on TBV. Can I talk to your
That
son?
was all right. He had that started when they had Floyd Schofield Senior and Junior, and you know Senior had the habit of dominating and not letting people talk to
Yeah,
his son. So he
yeah.
was getting frustrated because he was trying to talk to him, and Senior kept cutting in. He stopped him and said, "Hey, can I talk to your son? Your son, I want to talk to your son."
Who said
And
this?
then Round One said that
Oh,
to Schofield Senior, and then Two Tone took that and made it a soundbite. That shit was hilarious, bro.
see, and that's how Two Tone
That's
is
funny.
smart. He does shit like that. He's yeah. See, I don't focus on shit like that. But Two Tone's really good at that kind of shit. Yeah, man. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Being a streamer is a different muscle than being an analyst or creator.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yo, he brought you up on the show the other day because he was talking about Rico's dirty blue sweater that he always wears. So he was like, Marco needs to take Rico's sweater and raffle Rico's musty sweater. I mean, that's the sweater that musty yellow tank, that fucking blue tank top he wears. He says Marco needs to raffle Rico's musty tank top.
Oh, raffle. Okay, I got you. That's
So
funny.
Marco's got the raffle, man. Oh man,
Tone said at one point, what did he say? He goes, I was raffling Roy Jones's
Roy Jones underwears
and
from the
and didn't he smell it? He goes, Tarver.
Hold on. That's funny.
Didn't he say that? Somebody told me he said that. I didn't see it, but that's fucking funny.
yeah
I didn't
he
see
did say that
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
That's fucking
Yo,
funny.
real quick though, Marco. You never know when you got new eyes on you, so pump the raffle again.
Oh, yeah. We got the Grant gloves, 8-ounce Pro Fight gloves, 1998, people. Grant was formed in 1997, I believe. These might be one of the first ever Grant gloves ever released. As you guys know, Grant does not sell anymore to the public, so everything is very expensive and hard to come by. These are vintage. We are raffling them, as you guys know, up there. PayPal is here, and Cash App is right there. $10, say Grant Glove raffle, and of course, enter your name so I know who the fuck it is. Yeah, the raffles were doing great for a while. Then I'm telling you, man, the summer slowed everything down.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everything got slowed down the summer. Like the second it got nice, like right around April, May, shit was just like, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
All right. Well, and the raffles used to be cracking, I remember, but summer is already like half over almost. So
more, right? We got a month left, right? More than half, really.
Well, officially it doesn't end until like
September,
20th.
right?
But yeah, I feel you.
Once you're in school, I don't believe it. You go. I
Right.
mean,
Summer's over when the kids go back. Yeah.
There's no fucking. Yeah, word up. Yes, he did. Yeah, I know he did. That's funny. Round One has been lucky. He never got hazing like the way Ness and Lady Chan used to go at it. Lady Chan used to be on Ness's show.
Yeah, my gosh, that was brutal. She was a good co-host because she's a woman point of view. You know what I'm saying? But Ness, you know what Ness is, man. Ness got
I've been on
Ness
her
got
show.
no,
I've been on her
but
show.
Ness got no picks though. She's good, but Ness got no picks. The way he verbally abused everybody else, the women included, put it that way. He had that poor lady crying and everything on the show.
He made her
You
cry.
fucking serious?
He made her cry. Yeah. Ness went off on her because she was defending Anthony Joshua.
Because she's British. She's a black lady from England. CJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
she had me on her show a couple of times. She like sings. She's real quirky. She's real.
She's
quirky.
cool though.
No, she's cool. I'm not saying negative. She's quirky though. She's like very like bubbly and she'll like bust out singing out of nowhere. She has a good voice.
She's the first content creator that I actually got cool with. Like when I was listening, this before I had my own shit. But she was on TVV. I used to call her all the time. She used to like my calls. And one day we just started chatting. We exchanged phone numbers, talking, and she was encouraging me, telling me, "Oh, you have a lot of boxing knowledge. You should make your own channel." So I got nothing bad to say about Lady Shan. I haven't spoken to her in a while, but she's definitely cool. But yeah, Ness was brutal to her, man. Because
Nah, she's
and he
dope.
did it a few times, and then she would come back. She had thick skin, but I guess
When
you know
was
how
this?
Ness
Yo,
is, Marco.
I
This is
mean,
Lo,
like
Lo, tell me this: was she out of pocket? Like, was she going crazy?
no,
What was it
no, no,
justified,
no,
basically?
no, 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 no. I'm gonna be real with you. It wasn't called for, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was just
Okay.
saying that he was capping about something. The
Yeah.
usual boxing talk, and then Ness was, raising his voice, saying stuff. You know how Ness is that. He goes crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean women included. And yeah, Lady Shan got it. She took a verbal assault. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
This
how
was
long
like
ago
around
was
maybe
this? How long ago?
this was around maybe 2001 maybe or 2002.
oh, it was a while
Oh
ago.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
because she
Oh
has
two
her own.
around that time.
I went on her show a couple times. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's crazy.
But she was a good co-host while she was there. You know what I mean? She's a woman, female, her perspective. She knows some of her box. She knows her boxing. And yes, she's a UK girl, so she's gonna back up the Anthony Joshua and stuff like that. And Ness is a little brutal with the UK people, you know what I mean? And Shan is, she's spicy. You say something to her, she's gonna say something right back. Her and Ness were going back and forth, and then he made her cry, literally.
Damn.
It was cringy to watch.
And
I
then
bet.
and then after that, she never came back.
The last time I seen her on it.
Yeah, ring walk would get some ring like ring walk. Shit, like yeah, ring man, he would get some fuck. I didn't understand how. Yeah, like Ness, Ness jokes around with me a little bit, but to me, like he's never done anything that I felt was disrespectful until the one time where I thought it was. But I've seen him like how we went off on Johnny. That was out of control. That's a
Yeah,
little.
Yo,
I like that.
I don't want you to expose too much about the inside of the business, if you will, but it's not like a agreed upon, like a pre-conversation, like, hey, I'm gonna turn up and cause a little like ruckus today,
No,
but we
no, no,
homies.
No,
no,
no.
Okay.
no, zero, zero. No. We just, no, it's just,
I
but
like when Hamza was on the show too.
that
Hamza
was
was very good on the show.
that was wild. Yeah, Hamza's what's up with him? How come he doesn't chime in? I don't
Ha-
think he does. Does he even do his own content anymore?
Hamza's been doing a lot of he's been focusing a lot on Instagram, doing videos on Instagram, breaking down, Hamza,
No, he
that's his
does that.
specialty.
Right. But he's not really doing anything else, right? Besides those videos.
I mean, to my knowledge, he hasn't done any YouTube content lately. He's been focusing a lot with the Instagram. His channel been growing a lot too, doing the videos and stuff like that.
I don't want to say that I've influenced him, but I bet you I have.
Hmm.
Well, you both of you guys do it. You do it differently. Both of you guys do it differently. Like when you do it, your lane is more like you do it animated. As far as like you will be like, hold on one second, let me open this gate. Let me mute my mic for a second.
You got it.
You would do something like, oh, he hit him with a tornado of punches that came out like a bolt of lightning. Hamza would just do it calm and just break it down technically, like he was flipping the jab, using his head movement, bending his knees. It's a different type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Marco would do the fight thing and do his way of color
I
commentating.
know. I said I
And,
believe
yeah,
I
it
might
was
have
different.
inspired him. I didn't say he's copying it because his is
Yeah,
very
it's a
different.
little different.
I don't
Or
know.
maybe
I
I
feel you.
didn't. Who knows? But he has his own yeah. He says but pack buster like he has very funny, which I think he should use more.
Yeah,
He has
he
very
got his own lane. Yeah,
Little
yes, he has
phrases.
very
Yeah.
funny phrases and sayings. And I think he should use more
tag
of those.
busted, take
Just
out
like
the trash.
I have my own, he should use his own
Yeah,
more. I think that'll make
I
him
hope you've
stand
been
out.
writing down the couple I've been giving you, Marco. I remember hit him up like Tupac said you're going to use that one. There was another one, but I can't remember. It was just
Yeah,
off
no,
the top
I
of the
write them.
dome.
I got a rhyme book. I have a whole bunch of
Okay.
one-liners when I'll think of them out of nowhere and I'll write them down.
That's
Um,
what's up.
yeah. Nah, you write them down, and then they're starting. I'm starting to remember all of them. So like when I commentate and stuff, I throw them in. I can throw them in. They have to be ready to go. They have to be in the
Hmm.
chamber.
Right.
Yeah, ring walk got less than minimum wage. I don't even. I mean, ring walk got paid. I believe that's what he had told me. But
Where is he now? Is he still making content like on his own?
he
Or
works for
no?
Devin Haney now.
he works with
Uh-oh.
Haney. I think he works with Alicia Baumgartner too. I believe.
I don't know what he does for them though. What's he do for them?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm curious. Well, what is his job
No
exactly?
title, just a paycheck. Fuck it.
Well, there's got to be some kind of a title in one of
No,
the
I know.
videos.
I know.
I don't know. I'm sure he does something, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know. Danny is the cameraman. Oh, he's the cameraman? You sure? I don't
Really?
see him holding any fucking cameras. I mean, not like I'm looking, though. Finding sparring. Which one is it? Ring walk had 100.
Which one?
Wait, what? Ring walk had 111 people watching one of the episodes when Ness was gone for. What's that mean? 111,000 people.
Oh, that's how many tuned in. Like he was sitting in for Ness, just hosting himself, and he had 110,000 live. I mean, that's what he's saying. I'm just translating. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no way. That must be a mistake.
He
110.
probably meant 110 altogether.
Yeah, because I remember I think that's why they had their falling out. I think that when Ness was gone, Danny didn't go live every day, and then Ness got upset.
Yeah, Danny. I think Danny wasn't putting the hours or whatever. You know, everybody's different.
Because Danny just didn't like going live or whatever. Definitely.
Yeah, Ness is more passionate, man. One thing about Ness is a fucking he's a hustler. You gotta give it to him. Ness will sit there and do 8 hours straight.
No diss to Danny, but he doesn't seem like the type to carry a show himself, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's very monotone and yeah. 100, nah, there's no way. There's no way.
Maybe that's total views again. I thought he meant live,
total
but maybe
views,
total
maybe
views.
not at a time. Like, you know, not maybe total, maybe, but I like Ringwalk. Yeah, he's cool. I like him too.
You know who else got a good channel? Norbs.
Damn, this is vicious. Who?
Yeah, I saw. I was laughing at the chat.
Norbs. Yeah, that's my man.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Norbs is cool with me, man. I know me and Norbs talk outside of this on the phone about other stuff besides boxing.
Yeah, me too. He's dope. He had his own lane in battle rap.
Also, I'm cool with that we talk outside of boxing over the phone. Jamel from YSM, that's my guy too.
Who?
Jamel from YSM Sports.
What, the Philly shit?
Yeah, that's my guy. We talk off.
He gets a lot of views, that guy.
Yeah, he's good, man. Let me tell you, it was funny. One time I was out there in Bosie's and Andy Cruz is in there, right? So this is when I first met YSM. So he was there, yo, you want to do me a favor? I'm like, what's up? He said, I want to interview Andy, but I need you to translate. So I told him, I said, listen, my Spanish ain't great. He said, man, you talk Spanish better than me. I said, all right, bet. So it was hilarious. He posted up on his channel. I got to find a video, but I'm talking with my broken Spanish, and I'm relaying everything that Andy Cruz is trying to say to him in English, and then I'm relaying what he's telling Andy in Spanish. But it was hilarious because the Spanish people were all in the comments like, yo, what the hell is this guy saying? Yo, they were roasting me for my Spanish, man.
You're not fluent?
That's funny.
You're not fluent?
He's probably semi-fluent. Like, he doesn't practice on a daily basis, I would think.
Like I said,
damn, Johnny says it's worse than his.
You're a native speaker, but yeah, I took 4 years of Spanish, but that was 24 years ago. So, I'm rusty, but yo entiendo, pero no puedo hablar.
It's funny you said 24.
Huh?
It's funny you said 24 when we talking Spanish. Last year I was dating a 24-year-old Colombian girl from Jersey.
Hey.
And she didn't talk a lick of English.
Let's go.
Damn. Yeah, we know you speak Spanish, Clarissa. You're like 17 different Spanish countries in one. So you got to speak it. We know that. Call it Spanglish. What's up, J-Bone? J-Bone Capone. Call it Spanglish, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my Bulgarian is fluent, though.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? I seen you in the chat. I hope you had a good birthday, man.
Oh, yeah, Johnny. You got that senior special at the IHOP.
Oh, no.
Johnny from the Yan spot, man. Johnny be having all the Yans I see on this channel, man, on the show.
Johnny? Nah, you crazy.
Yeah, man. Johnny's going to be the first one to get Clarissa on the channel, bro.
Oh, because he has the Women Wednesdays. You got to mute. You got to mute up real quick.
To get who on the channel? Who did he say?
He said he's going to be the first to get Clarissa on the channel because he has like Women's Wednesdays. It really caters to that side. Yeah, he's making a prediction.
Not the first, brother. I've had her on my channel. I'm the first. That shit. I'm the first.
Yeah, but when Johnny gets on the channel, it's going to be crazy because Tone is going to chime in. And Tone and Clarissa, that's going to be pay-per-view for that one, man. I'm going to fire stick that live.
I've chopped it up with Tone on Johnny's panel. It was fun. It was cool.
Yeah, no, I had Clarissa on once. It was hard. And I've tried to get her on again, and she's busy. It's hard to get her back. But I had her on once like what, maybe a year ago, year and a half, maybe.
Yeah, when
Yo,
she was
how's her
single,
movie, by the way?
now she got to hold it. She got to hold down the boxing
Nah,
career and her
she had a
husband.
boyfriend back when she had that other guy. I don't know who he was, but she had a boyfriend. Then.
How's her movie, by the way? Have you seen her movie?
Nah, I didn't see it.
Me neither. To be honest.
I want to check it out. Disregard
Yeah,
who
I'll
it's
probably go
about.
peep.
It looks like a good story. Yeah, man.
It don't seem like the time to have like a biopic, right? She's still in her 30s. I mean, her life ain't. The story hasn't played out yet. Like, show it after.
Yeah,
That's all I would have
but the
done.
movie's based on her, her rise through the Olympics. From what I've seen, that's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what's up.
It's about her Olympic rise, not her professional rise. It was the fact that she won 2 gold medals, female. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about,
Yeah.
based on
All right.
the synopsis that I read.
Word. All right, guys. Let me hop off. I got some shit to take care of. I will be back on tonight, though. All right.
Tonito. Is that Spanish?
I said
Tonito.
tonight, though.
All right. You got it.
I appreciate you guys.
One.
So,
Peace.